Good afternoon, good evening to all of our viewers around the world. Welcome to the coverage of the 2024 Flags, Fancy Dress, Football and whatever else we're calling it party. The final ever edition of this party that began all the way back in 2010 with 4 housemates sharing an ideal to bring fun to the world, and that's gone on and developed every 2 years apart from the global pandemic and when Qatar ruined it by hosting it at the wrong time of the year. Before we get into today's draw, obviously there is a little bit of housekeeping to take care of, so we'll run through all the details of that. I just want to say thank you so much for agreeing to take part, and hopefully most of you can make it on the day. So a reminder of which countries the contestants might be able to pull out the sweepstake this year. Group A, Germany, Scotland, Hungary and Switzerland. Over to Group B, Spain, Croatia, Italy and Albania. In Group C, Slovenia, Denmark, Serbia and one of the tournament favourites, England. Then down in Group D, Poland, Netherlands, Austria and the other favourite, France. Group E, Belgium, Slovakia, Romania and Ukraine. In Group F, finally, then Turkey, Georgia, Portugal or the last option, Czechia. And who will be entering the sweepstake this year? Well, first, in the unseeded pot, Darren Worthy, Dee Hawkins, Faye Snowden, Graham Drew, Hannah Baxter, Harry West-Taylor, Holly Burbridge, Louise Renagle, Louise Lecornu, Paul Johnson, Sarah Tadman, Tom Garcia, Jess Garcia-Hien, Tom Spronson and Will Cragg. And in the seeded pot, Ellen Deventer, former winner Emily Snowden, Kirsten Ward, Matt Risby, Simon Mullins, and the big three who have attended every single fancy dress sweepstake party since 2010. That's Tim Ward, Ness Herndon, and the host, Andy Horton. So as you will have just seen, we have seeded the contestants today. Now, just to explain why that is, because this has been running since 2010, there are quite a few people who have attended quite a few parties before. We ensure that people don't get the same country more than once. And because of that, we will be drawing out the seeded competitors first. And if it does happen that they draw out a country that they have already had, then that will go back into the draw and we will draw a new nation for them. Then we come to the unseeded competitors. So that's people who have only attended maybe 1 or 2 parties, or for all you new debutantes out there as well, that's when you will find your countries. But that'll all be taken care of in the draw. And talking of the draw, we can go over live now to our correspondent there, Ellie Lambert. Ellie, hope you can hear us okay at your end. Just wondering, what is the atmosphere like before the draw? Any nerves at all?
Yeah, I'd say that the atmosphere is electric here, Andy. There's a lot of debutantes competing for the first time, nervous for that initial draw. And then we've got some returning favourites who have time and again turned out some strong costumes. And everyone's excited to see what they can pull out of the bag this year. I think we're just all waiting for the draw to get underway to see how it pans out.
Of course, we do have a sweepstake first today, the first ever returning champion. Emily Snowden back after an absence. She was the winner with Portugal a few years ago. Are fans excited to see what Emily Snowden can come up with?
Oh yes, definitely. Defending champion, Emily back. Today she's had a number of strong nations before. Brazil at the World Cups, she's been France, she's been Italy, and obviously Portugal when she had that victory. So to see her back here today competing's really exciting one. Question is though, after all that time away, can she still pull it out of the bag?
Emily, one of the more experienced competitors, but what about the other end of the scale? Any of the new first-timers who take your interest? Thinking maybe Dee. A lot of talk about him in the draw room. Anything you'd like to say about that?
Yes, definitely. There's been a lot of hype, a lot of talk about Dee's appearance. First time here today, but obviously everyone knows him as such a strong cosplayer across the UK. So can he keep that standard here at the sweepstake, at the party? It's the question on everyone's lips.
Well, obviously, don't want to keep you from your main duties this evening, the draw. We'll let you get away to that. Good luck. Hope everything goes well. And fingers crossed, we will see you later.
Thank you. Yes, about to get underway. We'll see who you get, Andy. Hopefully it's a good one. See you later.
Thanks. That's Ellie Lambert there, our correspondent over at the draw. We'll be seeing a lot more of her later on. But before we proceed to the draw, we wanted to pay sort of homage and respect to the long history of this competition, particularly looking at the applicants who have been unable to attend this year, who maybe over the years past had an active role in this activity. And with that in mind, we've put together a little bit of a video package to look back at some of the best moments of the fancy dress football sweepstake draws.
I will remember you. Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by. Weep not for the memories. Remember the good times that we had. Let them slip away from us when things got bad. Clearly I first saw you smiling in the sun. Wanna feel your warmth upon me. Wanna be the one. I will remember you. Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by. Weep not for memories. I'm so tired, but I can't sleep.
Some lovely memories there, and people who will be very sorely missed at this year's event. But looking to the future then, I think it is nearly time for the draw. So let's cross over live to Ellie Lambert, who is master of the draw this evening. Her draw compatriots will be Katie Dawson, who will be drawing the competitors from pots A1 and A2, and Louise Lecornu, who will be drawing the countries from pot B. Keeping fingers crossed for something really good. Personally, from a football point of view, I'd quite like to maybe get France or England. From a costume point of view, obviously you can't pass up the chance for Scotland. Any excuse for me to put on my kilt is always a good idea. Or Romania, because let's face it, who doesn't want to dress as a vampire? Yes, so then, let's go over now live to the draw and find out the results.
Welcome to the highly anticipated draw of the Euro 2024 Sweepstake and Fancy Dress Party. I'm your host, Ellie Lambert. Now, this is the final party we're going to have, so we need to make sure that everyone is on their top game with their fancy dress. So, who's going to draw England and who might end up with a dud? No names, Georgia. And I'm joined tonight by my co-hosts, Katie Dawson, who will be drawing the people, and Louise Lecornu, who will be drawing the countries. Let's get this draw underway. And Katie will now begin the draw with the seeded people in pot A1.
It's Emily Snowdon.
Emily Snowdon has a historic past, having previously been Portugal, Italy and France.
Where's she gonna be? Czechia.
Czechia, who've been in the competition once before when they were portrayed in 2012 by Ness Herndon.
Great.
And seeded person number 2 will be
Oh, it's Matt Risby.
Matt Risby, who has previously been Croatia and Belgium.
He's a big fan of his Croatia outfit. It's insane.
He will be Scotland.
Try not to do
Yeah.
that.
Scotland, who are making their first appearance in recent Euros. A wealth of costume options.
Simon Mullins.
Simon Mullins, king of the last-minute costume, who has been Sweden, England, Cameroon and Slovenia.
Russia will be Turkey.
And Turkey, previously portrayed in 2016 by Andy Horton.
Ooh.
Tim Ward.
Tim Ward, stalwart of the football competitions, he has been Iceland, Albania, Costa Rica, Netherlands and New Zealand.
Take overachiever.
But never had a good nation.
Didn't deserve one.
England!
Johnny would be delighted. In no way at all to be England.
Okay, great.
Oh, it's Ness Herndon.
Ness Herndon, another frequent flyer, having been Tunisia, France, Spain, Czechia and Italy. Denmark, who in 2012 were played by Tim Calcutt and in 2010 by Pete Olasoga.
Andy Horton.
Andy Horton, who has previously been Germany, Turkey, Ghana, Sweden and Argentina. Who will he get this year?
Oh, indeed.
Let's find out. Hungary.
Hungary! I'm sure Andy is delighted to be portraying such a delightful nation.
You'll be hungry to be hungry.
They've previously only once been portrayed before by Tim Aldridge in 2016.
It's Ellen Deventer.
Ellen Deventer, who has previously been Croatia, Romania and Japan, but sadly never Belgium.
She just got herself, couldn't she?
Very easy.
Switzerland.
Switzerland, plenty of potential there for costume. Nick Baxter came as them in 2016, Emma Tan in 2014, and back in 2010, Dan Donovan came as Roger Federer.
It's Kirsten Ward.
Kirsten Ward, who has been Japan, Belgium, Ukraine and the USA previously.
It's a big fan of her USA costume.
France.
And Kirsten will be France, who have been played by Joe Palmer, Ness Herndon, Alice Olasoga, Emily Snowden and John Pennans before. that concludes the seeded people in the draw. We will now move to the unseeded from bowl A2.
It's Holly Burbridge.
Who has been signed up by her boyfriend Paul for this competition. Slovakia, who have only previously been in the competition once in 2016 when Lucy Hadley was Slovakia.
It's Paul Johnson.
Paul, who is also making his debut in the competition, and is our first ever American entrant into the Sweepstake. Going multi-international. That's very international. Sure. Slovenia only previously once been in the competition in 2010 when Simon Mullins played Slovenia.
It's Harry West Taylor.
Harry West Taylor, who is a debut of the competition and recruited from the Walkley Clock Tower group. The question is, can he last the whole evening without trying to execute another party member?
Or indeed being murdered himself.
Yeah.
Big risk.
Poland. In 2018, Nick Baxter came as them. In 2016, it was Tom Perry. And back in 2012, Tim Aldridge was Poland.
It's Tom Sprosen.
Tom Sprosson, another debutante, and another Walkley Clock Tower recruit. Croatia, beautiful nation who have previously been portrayed by Ellen Deventer, Matt Risby, Lauren Perry, and David Hadwell. David's costume particularly strong.
And it's Dorian Hawkins.
Dorian Hawkins, one of the UK's foremost cosplayers, so his fancy dress truly is top level.
Germany.
Oh, that's a good one.
Germany, strong nation who have previously been portrayed by Andy Horton, Tom Garcia, and John Perrin.
And it's Jess Garcia Huns.
Jess Garcia Hyun, who hails from Toronto, Ontario via Margate and is competing for the first time.
Fun fact, she's soon going to be moving to Sheffield.
Yay!
Netherlands.
Ooh, the Netherlands. They've previously appeared in 2014 when Tim Calcutt came as them, Tim Ward in 2012, and then Dan Booth in 2010.
It's Louise Runnagall.
Now Louise could be up for a bit of a challenge as she says her fancy dress range starts and ends with sexy cat. So let's hoping for a cat-based nation, please, Louise.
Ukraine. Famous for the cats.
Lots of lovely cats in Ukraine. And they've previously been played by Emma Tan and Kirsten Ward, who's also been a cat many a time, so I'm sure you can make the connection.
And it's Tom Garcia, also soon to be moving to Sheffield.
And Tom has previously been Germany in 2016.
Spain.
Ooh, a strong nation. Spain have previously been played by Graham Drew, David Hadwell, Ness Herndon, John Hinton, and Liam Borg. So a long legacy to follow with Spain.
enjoying the difference in our vibes here.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Sarah Tadman.
Sarah Tadman, pure Cockney and frequent traveller, who is competing for the first time this year. She could well get a country she's been to here.
She hasn't. It's Georgia.
Ooh, Georgia, who have never appeared in this competition before. So debut competitor, debut country.
And it's Darren Worthy.
Darren Worthy, another debut to the competition, who's also on the Walkley Clock Tower routes. So let's see if they pull out a country equivalent of the Raven Keeper.
Romania.
That's so Raven.
Romania, only once portrayed before by Ellen Deventer.
And it's Will Cragg.
Will Cragg only competed once before in 2018 as Morocco. What will his wife deal him here?
We'll see. Portugal.
Portugal, who have previously been played by Emily Snowdon, Elena Kurz, Emily Shellett and Tim Aldridge. Can Will live up to that long dynasty?
It's Graham Drew.
Graham Drew, who's competed twice before, once as Spain and once as Sweden.
Belgium.
Belgium, who in 2016 were portrayed by Kirsten Ward, and in 2014 by Matt Bisbee.
Oh, and it's Hannah Baxter.
Hannah Baxter, excellent costumer. She has been South Korea, Iceland, Russia and Greece. Never played a country that is in this year's draw though.
Serbia.
Ooh, Serbia, which has previously been played by John Batchelor and David Hadrell.
And it's Faye Snowden.
Another debutante, Faye Snowden, who's an army conductor. Can she conduct a win this time?
Albania.
Ooh, Albania, who have previously been played by Tim Ward in 2016.
It better be me.
Hoping that this is Louise
I
LeCornu.
suspect it will be.
What are the chances?
What are the chances? Oh, it's Louise LeCornu.
Louise LeCornu, as modelled here by Louise.
Hello.
Previously been England, Cote d'Ivoire and Romania.
I didn't even know he was left.
Well, not England or Romania, so.
Oh,
Who knew?
Italia! The beautiful nation of Italy, which is sitting in front of. And they have previously been played by Gemma Thornton, Emily Snowden, Katie Dawson and Nat Herndon. Thank you for joining us. That concludes this evening's thrilling draw. I hope everyone got the nation that they wanted. And if you don't, just lean into it and dress as ridiculous as possible. Thank you to my co-hosts, Katie Dawson.
Goodbye.
And Louisa Cornew.
Goodbye.
We look forward to seeing you on Saturday the 15th of June when the drama kicks off.
Well, that was epic. I guess that means I'm supporting Hungary for the next month and a half. Not really the draw I was after, but then again, beggars can't be choosers. Some interesting ones in there. I know Tim Ward will be very, very happy that for the first time in the multitude of parties that he's attended, he's actually got a nation that have stand a chance of winning for once. All those years of pain and hurt with Albania and New Zealand, and for once he's pulled out a tournament favourite at the very last attempt. Some other ones on the lookout for, obviously Matt Risby, if he can make it. Scotland, I think, could be fun. Germany is another one that I'm really looking forward to. But we probably should say now, actually, before we go, obviously, if you can't make it on the night for any reason, then that's absolutely fine. Also, if fancy dress isn't really your thing, then the main thing is to come along and see some friends. There's some hard countries out there to come up with some ideas from. I can't think of anything for Hungary at the moment. I'll get looking on Wikipedia and see what famous people have come from Hungary. So if you're not really a fancy dress fan, don't panic too much. People take this different levels of seriousness. I'm sure we might see, particularly those sort of people who draw the easier so countries to dress as, such as France or Portugal. But if you did get a Slovenia or you picked up a Georgia or something like that, don't worry, it's just a bit of fun. The sweepstake, to remind you, is £1 entry for everyone who's drawn a country. You will have noticed that there was no Austria in the draw. That's because we only had 23 people. However, Ellie Lambert, who was the co-host, she won't be able to make the party because she's in Canada when it is occurring, but she is going to pay her £1 into the sweepstake to take control of Austria. So that will mean that the winner of the sweepstake will win £20. That's the person whose country wins Euro 2024. And the runner-up, the team who finished second, you will get £4. So still a little bit of a bonus on your £1. Again, it's just a bit of fun. There's no real sort of major financial implications. Don't need to mortgage a house on it or anything like that. And I think that's everything for this year. And everything for every year as well. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you like your country. And to reiterate what Ellie said in the draw, we will see you on June the 15th. Good night. That's it uploaded to YouTube. Finished. The last time I'm going to have to do one of those draws. I have to find something else to fill my life with every 2 years now.